Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. And today's video is about technical analysis on Bitcoin. I decided to start this kind of a series about Bitcoin and technical analysis every once in a while, possibly every day, but I'm not sure if I can do that. And I want to make a video about technical analysis about Bitcoin, for now, just Bitcoin, so you can see my perspective about things in technical analysis. You can follow along and be updated about the market. Before we start with this video, I just want you to understand that I have two strategies of investing, and I have both videos inside of my video series, and you can go and check my videos and see. The first one is the short-term strategy that I use for day trading and swing trading, which is regarding buying the dip on an uptrend, and when actually briefly, I'm not going to explain all the strategy right here because that's all in our video, but briefly, when the 26, which is the white one here, EMA, crosses above, not crosses, it's above, not crosses, not when crosses above, but when it is above the 200 EMA, and actually even better when there is some space between, some distance between the two, that means that the trend is strong. That means that we are in uptrend on the daily time frame and in every time frame. All right. But the requirement of this strategy is you have to check first if the 26 is above the 200 EMA, and once this happen, you buy. I want to buy all the dip you can find, because every dip in an uptrend are a strong buy. You see, as long as the 26 stays above the 200 EMA, I'm going to buy every single dip and put the stop loss below two swing lows. Alright? But I'm going to do that in order to understand where these points are in the chart, and when spot the entries, you gotta go back to the hourly time frame and watch the RSI run 30, and you're kind of assured that every time the 26 is above the 200 EMA and there is a flash down, the market is going to buy the dip aggressively, as you saw here, because it's a kind of a healthy correction. It's not a drop, so it's better to do that when the trend starts, not at the end of the trend right here, like here. But if you're going back to the hourly chart and find the same principle, when the 26, to be sure, when the 26 is above the 200 on the hourly and the RSI is 30, you buy all the dips. All right, you follow me? So this is my main strategy for the day trading and swing trading as well. What about the long-term strategy? I enter Bitcoin here because my other strategy uses the pivot point standard and on the daily. So every pivot point here has a length of a month. So we have the pivot point, we have 5 supports, 5 resistance, and my strategy is once the RSI on the daily reaches 30 in conjunction with the support one, I start to scale down, and I be sure that I have 5 entries. All right, have to cover all the 5 entries of every single support of the pivot points. So I entered here on the support one because the RSI was approaching 30 and I was on the support one. So this is my first entry. Then we entered the next month. So my next entry will be on the support one of the next month and the support two. I got orders placed here, here, and here. So I still have 4 entries left, and I'm more than happy if the prices just goes up, and I will make money as well just with this entry right here. But in order to get the best average I can, because if you watch the video, I made the same thing here. I started to scale down from here and every single pivot point to the point 4, and I had an average of 4,300, and then I sold my Bitcoin with the Fibonacci levels for I'm about to do the same thing here because this is the first time in the daily we entered the teens with the RSI, and if I go and look at the weekly time frame, I know this is could be an healthy correction, and this is could be the higher low on the weekly, and if we see the pattern here, we see we had an higher low here, we found support on the 12 EMA, we jump back, we roll over back right here, so we changed the trend, and we are right on the pivot point here on the weekly. So now we need a lower high that could be approximately around, I think, here on the 26 on the weekly, or here on the 12 on the weekly. I can't stress enough to say you that the 12 and the 26 are the most powerful indicator that I have ever had in my chart, follow with the 200 EMA, because they can spot you practically every support and resistance in every time frame, starting from the 5 minute time frame, going to the weekly time frame and the monthly time frame as well. If we're going on the 4 hours time frame, we see we have here the 200 EMA. This could be our first point of resistance, and I'm pretty sure we can reach this point. I'm pretty sure about that because 9,000 is a kind of run number. The 200 EMA on the 4 hours is a big resistance. And what happened here? We had this drop here, high of the bonds, higher low, lower high, higher low. We have an higher high, but here we couldn't break this point, so we're all back over here, and now here. What happened here? We break the resistance, so we cross this point, and the EMA is crossed on the 4 hour. So remember this point because we are going on the daily time frame right now. So where's this point here? If we're going to on the daily time frame, but you can see here the 200 EMA has played a role right now, is resistance. If we can get above the 200 EMA, we have to get above the 26 EMA as well. What we want right now is the 12 and the 26 cross. We want this one on the daily because the cross on the daily is powerful. And another thing we don't want the 26 going down the 200, because if we see in the past when this is going to happen, the price is going to drop. So we want to keep this. We want to keep this point here. We want to keep the 26 above the 200 EMA. Absolutely. So if we're going on the weekly time frame, we can see here the lower high on the weekly is due. But where we're going to set this lower high, I can't tell you that. But I'm pretty sure about two things. Or we're going to stop here on the 26 EMA, and then we're going to make this pattern here so we can keep this level, so we're not to break this level. We can make a higher low and higher high and break this level and start a new uptrend on the weekly and eventually get above this 26. Well, I'm very happy if we can get this, honestly. Or we can just stop here or at 9,000 or on the in this range. We will find resistance or on the 12 EMA on the weekly or on the 26. And if we're going down from here and start to consolidate again and then roll back over and break this level, this is a super important level. You see this level 1 and 2. If we break this level, there are not a lot of resistance in this place. but there are not a lot of resistance here either. So I cannot predict the future, of course, but I can act accordingly with the price action. And right now, what I did was entering the first pivot point. Another thing I wanted to tell you, maybe you don't know that, but the 50 RSI here is nothing more than the 26 EMA on the chart. So if you want to know, if you want to have a kind of a sense of where the RSI is going, when the RSI finds support and resistance, or you use trend lines on the RSI, you know that the 26 is exactly the 50 period on the RSI. I just wanted to tell you that. If the price on the weekly goes above the 50 RSI, it's a good thing. So we want to get above this line here on the weekly. We won't get above 9,000 and climb up to reach this level. But in order to go up, we got to break this level. In order to go up Bitcoin, we have to make higher lows and higher highs and have kind of a pattern where we can break this line, which is the last lower high on the weekly, get across, go back, not break the low, and keep climbing. So we can do that straight away, as Bitcoin has shown in the past several times. Bitcoin has the power to do that, or we can go in slowly within 5 months or 3 months. But eventually, if D12 does not cross the 26 on the weekly, because we don't want to do that, we don't want to cross, because a cross of the 12 and the 26 on the weekly time frame is going to be a mass like this one. So we don't want that. We want the 12 just recover and goes up. And I really think that we're going to do that. I really think that, because if I go on the monthly time frame of Bitcoin, what I see that we need a lower high. And I hope that the lower high we're going to set is going to be the highest possible in comparison to this point, closest to this point. So we can change the trend, even consolidate for a while, and then have the power to break this level and going up. This is what I think about Bitcoin. This is what I hope is going to happen. Why I think this? Because we have this 12, which acts as a support, as a strong support. If we come back on the daily, we are going to find some resistance here. Pretty sure, only 26. We're going to find some resistance here, and the only thing I hope is that Bitcoin is going to make an higher low and find the power on the daily to break this level, because this level is a key. If you find this range, you see this level is what we have to break in order to climb up and make this pattern become true. We wanted to break this level, we wanted to go up, and after we got this higher low, we don't want to break this level anymore. So, and what we want is finally find the power to climb up and break this level over here. This is what Bitcoin has to do in order to break the 14,000 and climbs over the, I don't know, all-time highs, I hope. We also have a lot of room on the RSI to climb up if we are not rejected by the 50 RSI, which is the 26 here. If we are not rejected by this level, we surely can go up to 70 RSI and get around this 9,500 on the weekly right over here, and then get higher lows and higher highs and break this level here. This is my level I'm watching. This is the level I'm watching. We want to break this level in the future. and we don't really want to break this level right now. We don't want to break this level. So this is the range I'm watching on Bitcoin. I'm planning on making other videos on the market updates, on Bitcoin updates, and technical analysis, so I can keep you updated with everything, and not just with market psychology, but also with the technical analysis. Please check my strategies so you can understand more this video, otherwise you cannot. And subscribe to my channel. If you made this far, please subscribe to my channel if you found value in my video, so I can make more videos and keep you updated with the market. And next time we will see some entries and some strategy we can make together. And as I say, I enter with the pivot point right now and scaling down, and you can check the strategy. Remember to check the strategy. Thank you for watching. Honestly, it means a lot for me, and see you on the next video.